today's debate on the topic, can strict adherence to delivery time compromise quality and health, safety, and environment compliance? We have two teams with us today. Team A consists of me and Farhan, and we'll argue that strict adherence to delivery time can lead to rushes work and compromising both quality and HSE compliance. On the other hand, Team B, represented by Hazmi and Akmal, will argue that with proper planning and efficient project management, it is possible to meet delivery time requirements without sacrificing quality or HSE compliance. Each team member will have the opportunity to speak at least 6 times. Let us begin the debate.
Good day, everyone. Team A believes that strict adherence to delivery time can indeed compromise both quality and HSE compliance. When an organization prioritizes meeting tight deadlines, there is a heightened risk of rushing through work. This rush can result in errors, defects, and overall poor quality outcome. Additionally, workers may feel compelled to overlook safety protocol or cut corners in order to meet the deadline. This compromise not only affects the quality of the final product, but also poses a threat to the health and safety of workers and the environment.
Thank you, Farhan. While we understand the concern raised by Team A, Team B argue that with proper planning and efficient project management, it is possible to achieve timely delivery without compromising quality or HSE compliance. Effective planning involves accurate resource allocation, establishing realistic timeline, and identifying potential risks. By implementing efficient project management technique, organization can ensure that quality standards are met, safety protocols are followed, and projects are delivered on time.
I appreciate Team B emphasize on planning, but we cannot overlook the inherent risk of strict adherence to delivery time. In today's competitive business environments, the pressure to meet deadlines often leads to the cutting corners and compromising quality. This rush can result in shoddy workmanship, customer dissatisfaction, and reputation damage. Furthermore, in industry where HSE compliance is critical, the rush to complete project within tight time frames may lead to negligence of safety protocols, potentially endangering workers and environment.
Thank you, Amin. While it is true that time pressure can create challenge, Team B firmly believe that proper planning and efficient project management can mitigate this risk. By conducting truth assessment, developing realistic timelines, and implementing effective communication channels, organization can ensure that the necessary resources are allocated appropriately. Moreover, efficient project management includes regular monitoring and control, allowing for timely identification and mitigation of risk. With a focus on continuous improvement, quality and HSE compliance can be maintained without sacrificing delivery time.
Thank you, Akmal. While Team B's points are well taken, we must acknowledge that the human element in project execution, the pressure to strictly adhere to delivery time, can create an environment where rushed work becomes the norm. Workers may be burdened with excessive workloads and unrealistic deadlines, resulting in fatigue and increased chance of errors. This compromise in quality and HSE compliance not only affects the workers, but also has far-reaching consequences for the end product and the overall reputation of the organization.
While we understand the concern about the human element, it is crucial to establish a culture that value proper planning and efficient project management. By prioritizing resource allocation, ensuring adequate break and work-life balance, and fostering a supportive work environment, organization can mitigate the risk of suicide with strict adherence to delivery time. It is not an either-or situation.
Thank you, Azmi. I appreciate Team B's emphasis on establishing a positive work culture, but we cannot overlook the systematic pressures that strict adherence to delivery time can impose in industries where profit margins are tight and competition is fierce. Organization may prioritize meeting deadlines at the expense of quality and HSE compliance. This can create a cycle where rushes work become the norm, perpetuating a culture that compromises the well-being of worker and the integrity of the final product.
While we acknowledge the challenge posed by systemic pressure, it is essential to recognize that proper planning and efficient project management can break the cycle. By implementing robust project management framework, organization can ensure that realistic timelines are set, risks are identified and mitigated, and adequate resources. This allows for the successful completion of project within the designated timeframe without compromising quality or HSE compliance.
I would like to address the argument of Team B regarding resource allocation. While efficient resource allocation is crucial, the pressure to meet strict delivery time can lead to resource constraint and shortcuts. In such situation, workers may not have sufficient time or resources to execute their tasks effectively, leading to compromised quality and compromised adherence to HSE regulation. The issue lies not only in planning, but also in the inherent trade-off and compromises that strict adherence to delivery time demand.
Thank you, Farhan. It is important to note that proper planning encompasses considering potential resource, constraint, and allocating resource accordingly. Efficient project management involves regularly assessing resource availability and adjusting plan as necessary. Moreover, it entails fostering collaboration and effective communication among team members and stakeholders to address any challenge that may arise during the project execution. By taking this factor into account, organization can strike a balance between delivery time, quality, and HSE compliance.
While Team B points are valid, we cannot ignore the real world example where strict adherence to delivery time has resulted in catastrophic incidents in industries such as construction, oil and gas, or manufacturing. Rushes work due to tight deadlines has led to accidents, injury, and environmental damage. These incidents have far-reaching consequences for the workers, the surrounding communities, and the reputation of the organization involved. It is imperative that we prioritize safety and quality over meeting arbitrary time constraints.
Thank you, Amin. We sympathize with the example provided by Team A, but it is important to highlight that those incidents were the result of poor project management and lack of proper planning, not the inherent flaw of adhering to delivery time. In fact, with the right planning and management, organization can integrate safety protocol and quality control measure into their project schedule. It is about fostering a culture that values both timely delivery and the well-being of workers and the environment.
I would like to emphasize the point that strict adherence to delivery time can create an environment where workers feel compelled to prioritize speed over quality and safety. This can lead to increased stress level, burnout, and decreased job satisfaction. When workers are constantly under pressure to meet unrealistic deadlines, their overall performance and well-being are compromised. We must prioritize creating a sustainable work environment that value the intrinsic connection between quality, HSE compliance, and the mental and physical health of workers.
While we understand the concern raised by Team A, it is important to note the proper planning and efficient project management go hand in hand with creating a sustainable work environment. By setting realistic timeline, managing workload effectively, and promoting a supportive culture.
Thank you, Hazmi. I appreciate the point made by Team B regarding a sustainable work environment. However, we cannot ignore the external pressures that organizations face, such as client demands and market competition. These factors often drive strict adherence to delivery time, leaving little room for accommodating the necessary quality checks and ensuring full compliance with HSE regulations. It is crucial to acknowledge that in such high pressure scenario, compromises are more likely to occur, leading to potential risks and compromises in both quality and HSE compliance.
Yeah, while external pressure may exist, it is essential to establish a comprehensive project management approach that considers these factors. By conducting thorough risk assessment, organization can anticipate potential challenge and implement appropriate measures to address them. Additionally, open communication channel between project teams, clients, and stakeholders can help manage expectation and ensure that realistic delivery timelines are established. It is about striking a balance between meeting client requirements and upholding quality and HSE compliance.
Thank you, Akmal. While Team B's arguments are logical, we must not underestimate the impact of time constraints on the decision-making process. In a rushed environment, important consideration related to quality and HSE compliance may be overlooked or deprioritized. The temptation to take shortcuts or neglect safety protocols increases, posing significant risk. It is important to recognize that time constraint can create a sense of urgency that compromises critical decision-making processes, ultimately affecting both quality and HSE compliance.
Thank you, Pak. While time constraint may introduce challenge, effective project management require a proactive approach to address this issue. Organization must allocate sufficient time for quality check and incorporate safety protocol as integral part of the project timeline. By fostering a culture that value quality and safety, decision-making process can be prioritized. Even within strict time constraint, it is about instilling a mindset that acknowledges the importance of upholding standard while meeting delivery timeline.
I would like to highlight the important potential long-term consequence of compromising quality and HSE compliance in the pursuit of strict delivery time. Organizations that prioritize timelines over other factors risk damaging their reputation and losing customer trust. The cost of rectifying mistakes, dealing with legal and regulatory issues, and managing negative public perception far outweigh the short-term gains of meeting tight deadlines. it is essential to consider the overall sustainability and success of the organization, which rely on maintaining quality and HSE compliance.
Thank you, Amin. While we acknowledge the long-term consequence of compromising quality and compliance, we argue that effective project management is precisely aimed at preventing such situation. By implementing robust quality control measures, conducting regular audits, and adhering to strict safety protocol, organization can maintain their reputation and customer trust. The key lies in striking a balance between timely delivery and the necessary checks and safeguards to uphold quality and HSE compliance.
When time becomes the primary focus, workers may be compelled to rush through tasks, bypassing important quality control measures. This rush workmanship can result in substandard product or services, leading to customer dissatisfaction and potential safety hazard.
Moreover, the pressure to meet deadlines can lead to neglect of health, safety, and environment HSE regulation. Workers may prioritize speed over following proper safety protocol and increasing the risk of incident or injury. Strict adherence to delivery time can create an environment where HSE compliance takes a backseat, putting both employees and the environment at risk. It is essential to acknowledge that quality and HSE compliance require time and attention. Rushing through projects compromises the thoroughness of quality checks and the meticulous implementation of safety measures. By prioritizing the delivery time above all else, we are jeopardizing the very foundation of quality and HSE standard.
Thank you, Pak An and Amin, for presenting your perspective. While we understand your concern, we believe that with proper planning and efficient project management, it is possible to meet delivery time requirement without sacrificing quality or HSE compliance. Effective project management involves setting realistic timeline and allocating resources adequately to ensure both quality control and adherence to safety regulation. It is important to note that adherence to delivery time does not inherently lead to rush work or compromise quality. By implementing a comprehensive project management approach, organization can identify potential risks, create contingency plan, and foster effective communication among team members. This measure enable efficient execution without compromising on quality or HSE compliance.
Furthermore, organization must invest in employee training and development by equipping workers with the necessary skill and knowledge. They can perform their tasks efficiently and with a focus on quality and safety. When employees are well trained and aware of the importance of adhering to HSE regulation, they become essential contributors to maintaining high standards while meeting delivery time requirements. We also emphasize the significance of proper resource allocation. With effective planning and resource management, organizations can optimize their operation and ensure that adequate time is allocated to quality control processes and HSE compliance. This will prevent rush work and allows for meticulous attention to detail while meeting delivery deadlines.
While we understand Hazmi and Akmal's argument, the reality is that strict adherence to delivery time often results in a culture of rushing, which compromises quality and safety. Even with the best planning and efficient project management, unforeseen circumstances can arise, leaving little room for adequate quality control and HSE compliance. In such situations, the pressure to meet deadlines can outweigh considerations for quality and safety.
Additionally, there is always the risk of companies prioritizing profits over safety and cutting corners to meet delivery deadlines. This can have several consequences, not only for the workers but also for the environment. By solely focusing on meeting delivery time requirements, organization may disregard important HSE regulations, leading to environmental damage and potential legal repercussions.
While we acknowledge the challenge raised by Pak An and Amin, it is crucial to reiterate that our agreement centers around effective planning and efficient project management. By considering potential risks and implementing contingency plan, organization can minimize the likelihood of rush work and compromise quality. We also emphasize the importance of fostering a culture of safety within organization. By prioritizing employee well-being and consistently reinforcing the significance of adhering to HSE regulation, organization can create an environment where both safety and quality thrive.
Ultimately, strict adherence to delivery time does not have to compromise quality or HSE compliance. It requires a holistic approach that considers all aspects and incorporate appropriate measures into project management strategies. By striking a balance between meeting delivery deadlines and upholding high standards, organization can achieve successful outcomes while maintaining quality and safety.
Okay, so in conclusion, strict adherence to delivery time can indeed compromise both quality and HSE compliance. The pressure to meet deadlines often lead to rushed work, cutting corners, and neglecting safety protocol. This compromises the final product's quality and poses risk to the well-being of workers and the environment. While planning and efficient project management are essential, the inherent trade-offs between time, quality, and HSE compliance cannot be ignored. Organizations must prioritize sustainable work practice and consider the long-term implication of compromising these critical factors.
In conclusion, with proper planning and efficient project management, it is possible to meet delivery time requirement without sacrificing quality or HSE compliance. They emphasize the significance of accurate resource allocation, realistic timeline, effective communication, and continuous improvement. They argue that a balanced approach can be achieved by integrating safety protocol and quality control measures into the project schedule. They will be upholding standard while meeting the deadline.
In conclusion, both teams have made valid points in debate. Team A has highlighted that the risks and challenges associated with strict adherence to delivery times, emphasizing the needs to prioritize quality and efficiency compliance. Team B has emphasizes the importance of effective planning, resource allocation, and project management to achieve timely delivery without compromising quality and efficiency and compliance. Ultimately, finding a balance between meeting delivery timelines and upholding quality and safety standard is crucial for organization to succeed in today's competitive environments.